I'll put my hard drive up. Is it on?
Yeah, I can crop it though
No problem.
if I had to sit down. Okay. So thank you, Ms. Hazelwood, for meeting with me today. I wanted to just talk through our project that I've been designing for our Tier 3 students, especially our English language learners. Over the past 3 years, we've had a significant increase in ELs, and many of them are struggling alongside our traditional Tier 3 kids in both reading and math.
Absolutely, I've noticed that too. The data shows that these students are really struggling with word problems and applying math in real world context. Plus, reading comprehension is a challenge.
Exactly. That's why I thought it would be very valuable to develop a week-long project that integrates both literacy and numeracy. My goal is to support these students not only in computation, but in understanding directions, reading problem statements, and communicating their reasoning clearly.
Can you walk me through how you identify their needs for this week-long lesson?
Sure. So I reviewed iReady reports, previous unit assessments, IEP goals, as well as any anecdotal observation notes that I made. Plus, speaking to the Tier 3 pullout teachers has been really helpful. I noticed that many students are struggling with measurement, understanding multi-step problems, and interpreting data. And we've talked about this, throughout the year that definitely has been an issue. Our EL students in particular are having difficulty reading instructions and math vocabulary, which affects both their reading and math performance. And then engagement drops when they don't understand what's happening. So I definitely want to integrate some hands-on activities and connecting it to real world experiences.
So the idea is to make the learning concrete, interactive, and scaffolded for all levels.
Yes. That's why I designed the 5 lessons and using the 5E model. So we've got the engagement, exploration, explanation, elaboration, and evaluation. So each day builds on the last, and we can scaffold supports for ELs and Tier 3 students while still challenging those who catch on quickly.
So what does this week look like?
So here's the overview. We're going to start with lesson 1, measurement and reading directions. So the students are going to rotate through stations, measuring objects using rulers, balances, and measuring cups. Emphasis on reading directions carefully, recording units, and comparing results. And then supports that I have for ELs are just like vocabulary acquisitions like grammar or gram, liter, centimeter, volume, and different vocabulary words that they may need to know.
I like that hands-on rotation. It also gives students a chance to collaborate in small groups, which can help with language development.
Yes. Lesson 2, the next day, will focus on money and word problems. We're going to have a mini classroom store for students to buy and sell items with Play Money. They're also going to solve 1 and 2-step word problems with manipulatives and visual aids for the ELs. Lesson 3 is going to be graphing using informational text. So students are going to survey their peers, tally results, and create bar graphs. Then they're going to write 2 to 3 sentences explaining, interpreting the graph, reinforcing reading comprehension, and writing. Lesson 4 on day 4 will include multi-step word problems. They're going to act out the real world scenarios like buying snacks or supplies. They're going to solve multi-step problems with manipulatives and draw or write their own solution process. And finally, day 5 is the culminating market day project where students are going to measure items, set prices, conduct sales, record transactions, and graph their results. The reflection on how literacy and numeracy are connected in the real world tasks.
This market day idea is fantastic. It combines math, reading, and writing and gives students a real audience for their work.
Yes, and it's differentiated. The Tier 3 students with IEPs can use sentence frames or partially completed graphs. EL students get visual aids and manipulatives, and then students who grasp concepts quickly can create extra challenges like comparing profit margins or designing their own items for sale.
So why this combination of lessons for a week?
So I really wanted a progression that builds skills step by step. So we start concrete with the measurement and the money. We move to applying skills with the graphs and the multi-step problems, and then we connect it to the real world by having our market day at the very end. So it's data-driven, hands-on, integrates literacy and numeracy, addresses both EL needs and Tier 3 supports.
And you've included technology too?
Yes, students will use their laptops for graphing and research, online simulations to practice with money, measurement, and graphs. There's an app called Counting On that they're going to be using, and then they're recording their videos for their market day reflections. This lets the students see their progress, share their work digitally, and reinforces the 21st century skills they need.
I really like this plan. It seems very engaging for all learners. How do you plan to assess their growth?
Formative assessments will happen each time or throughout each lesson every day. Observations, guided practice, and classroom discussions. Summative assessments will include worksheets for measurement, money, and multi-step problems. Their completed bar graphs and written explanations, and a reflection from market day, including graphs and paragraph summary. All assessments are scaffolded for ELs and Tier 3 students, and we can adjust based on their individual needs.
I can see how this plan really builds confidence and skills in both literacy and math. I'm excited to try it.
Me too. I think our students will love the hands-on learning, and it will give us lots of data to guide our next steps. Thank you for brainstorming with me.
You're welcome.